G'day and welcome to Wine Week. I'm Danny.
And I'm Brad.
And this week we're going to talk about some wines that aren't necessarily super cheap.
That's right. We've got the Penfolds luxury range, which was released a couple of weeks ago, and we thought maybe over the next couple of weeks we might have a look at a couple that we've just picked out.
Yeah, but before we get to the expensive stuff, let's start with some everyday beauties.
That's right. We are going to get to an expensive Cabernet in just a moment, but if you haven't got that kind of money in the bank account, then why don't you look at the Bowen Estate Cabernet? Now, this is from our friends at Coonawarra, and we've had a look at a few of the Bowens over the years, and with good reason. They're one of the great producers in the Coonawarra, really know what they're doing, in particular with their Cabernet. Their Shiraz is pretty good as well, but let's be honest, Coonawarra put its name on the map mainly because of Cab Sav, and look, Bowen Estate, really great example of a varietal Coonawarra Cabernet. Comes in at around the sort of the high 20s, around about just under $30 for the retail. But at that, you are getting some sensational Cabernet here, and the vintage for these guys really good, and one that will reward lots of cellaring as well. These can put away, forget about them for a while, and they'll reward you over the years. So Bowen, get on it for Cabernet.
Yes, and in fact, I was on Twitter, I think just last night, talking about what Cabernet I was going to put together with some lamb. Somebody twit-picked a Bowen saying, why don't you go for one of those? It was a 98 they had in their hands, showing once again, beautiful development over time. Now, speaking of twittering, I tweeted that on the weekend I was heading out to Yeringberg, a little producer in the Yarra Valley. They do around about 1,500 odd cases a year. And this coming Thursday is Chardonnay Day, so I thought we'd do one of the wines that I picked up when I was out there. And the Yeringberg Chardonnay, they had available at the time 2010s, which is what we're looking at here, 2009s, 2008s, and you could taste through the whole lot of them. I grabbed some 10s, I grabbed some 8s as well. A wine that definitely is going to reward you for some longer term cellaring. Lay it down right, it's under cork rather obviously. But gorgeous, not over the top, and the 2010 fairly minerally, a little bit of sulphur up front at the moment, so probably not necessarily the sort of wine that you should buy if you're going to drink it this weekend. Give it maybe 2 to 3 years, that'll settle down, it'll blow off a touch, and some of those kind of oaky, buttery characteristics will really come to the fore. I'm not sure if I'll be talking about this one on Chardonnay Day on Thursday. Probably not, because as I say, it deserves a little bit of cellaring. I'm not just going to open it up a week after I've bought it. Once again, about $50 odd, not super cheap, but a great producer from the Yarra Valley.
And a great little cellar door. If you've missed it, you've got to wait 12 months until they open up again.
You certainly do.
Now, we've talked a lot about cellaring with these first two, but hey, hold your horses. If you're going to cellar any of these three, it's this third one. And this is the Penfolds Bin 707. Now, we talked about price before. This is not for the faint-hearted. Recommended retail on this one now is closer to $200 than it is to anything else. But let's be honest, in retail it does get discounted a lot under that. Now, this one is the 2008 vintage of the Bin 707. Peter Gago, the chief winemaker at Penfolds, has talked up the 2008 vintage as one of the best in the last 10 years. Now, bear in mind, this involves the decade that has the 2004, great vintage, 2006, great vintage as well. So 2008, all these even years have turned out to be rippers for Penfolds. Now, this one, I've heard, has almost sold out pretty much everywhere. So if you do like your super premium Cabernets and you've got some money to spare, then get this Bin 707, because it is a luscious, dense wine that needs some time to develop fully, but it will evolve, and it's got layers of complexity that will just keep going and going, and amazing length as well. So, look, Bin 707 is the pinnacle of the Penfolds Cabernet tree. So if you do love your Cabernets, you need to get a couple of these in the cellar while you can.
Yeah, in 10 odd years, that will be a stunningly good wine, the rival of almost any Bordeaux, and it should be at the sort of money that we expect you to pay for it. But if you've got the wherewithal, rip into that. Such a great wine, the 707. My father-in-law's favourite bottle of Australian wine.
Oh, it is an amazing Cabernet, and from a good vintage like this, they're sensational.
Yeah, anyhow, that's it for this week on Wine Week. We'll probably talk about another Penfolds Premium when we see you next week.
See you next week.